Hey guys, welcome back, and it's Dan here from Your Guitar Academy again, and we're going to be carrying on our Unlocking the Minor Caged course. Now in this lesson, we're going to be applying what we've learned so far. So we're now going to bring in a brand new backing track, and this is a really cool track using the circle of fifths to roll through 6 different keys of minor, essentially, and that's going to allow us to really practice moving this E minor shape up and down the neck with the necessary scale shapes. Okay, so loads of work to be done in this lesson. I'll talk you through the backing track and loads more. So pick up that guitar and let's get started. Hey there guys, if you've just joined us, then don't forget that you can get all the write-ups, the tab, the fretboard diagrams and everything else over on the website absolutely free, and the link will be below in the description. If you're watching us here on YouTube absolutely free, then please do like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave us a comment. We do our absolute best to get back to every single question that you guys have about the course. Okay then guys, so the first thing I'm going to need to walk you through is the backing track, okay? And I'll only do this, we're going to use this backing track for pretty much the rest of the course apart from the very last unit. So once we've done this once, you'll know this, you'll have this down. We don't have to go through this every time, okay? But I'm going to go through it the first time round, okay? Now the backing track uses the circle of fifths. And we did tackle that in the major CAGED unit, but we did it obviously in major. And if you go around the circle of fifths, and do bear in mind that if you are watching this on YouTube, you can click through the link and you'll find the whole write-up on the website visualizing this, which makes it a lot easier. But the circle of fifths, it has this really nice going round in a circle, going a fifth apart. So in major, we had this kind of C major to G major, D major to A major, and this was just rolling round in fifths, okay? So C, a fifth above C is G, a fifth above G is D, a fifth above D is A, and so on and so forth. Now by using the circle of fifths to change keys, you're changing to the closest key friend. Let's just call it like the closest friend, all right? The difference between a C major and a G major, for example, is just 1 sharp, it's that F sharp. And that's why it's a nice way to change keys. It's a very subtle way to change keys, and it gets used a lot, okay? You're not jumping from C to C sharp, for example, which would be a really big, massive change. Every note would be different, you know, that kind of thing. So we're not doing that. Now, when we're dealing with minor, we're talking about relative minor. So this key of C major is still the top of our circle of fifths, but the relative minor of C is A. Okay, and just to kind of do that quickly, because we do have theory courses on this, but just to kind of give you a rough guide, the relative minor is simply whatever your major key is. So if it was C, the 6th degree above that, the 6th degree, okay, using your major scale, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, is your relative minor. So the A is the relative minor to the key of C. All right, really is kind of nice and simple. There's a couple of kind of easy ways you can locate those on the guitar. So if, for example, you've got the C and you go back 1, 2, 3 on one string, so literally 3 frets, you've got your relative minor. Okay, let's take another example. If the key was F and you go back 1, 2, 3, it's a D minor is the relative minor. Okay, so that's what a relative minor is. It's the same notes, therefore the same key signature, i.e. it's got no sharps or 1 sharp or 2 sharps or whatever, but you're just starting in a different place. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If you've got questions on that, if you want to see future courses on that, do let me know in the comments. We do have theory lab courses which go through that in detail, and we'll link to those as well. Okay, so bit of theory there, bit of fun. I hope I haven't lost all of you. With that, let's make this practical for now, and we're going to go through the circle of fifths but using the relative minor. Okay, and what that means in practicality is that our chord progression goes A minor to E minor. Okay, A minor's got no sharps or flats. E minor, which is a fifth above the A, has got 1 sharp. Then from E minor we go to B minor. B minor's got 2 sharps. Okay. Then a fifth above the B is an F sharp. So F sharp's got 3 sharps. Okay. Then a fifth above the F sharp is a C sharp. C sharp's got 4 sharps. Then we're going to be going, our final key is going to be a G sharp. Okay, so we're going to end there. That's enough. That's certainly enough to work with. Okay, so we've gone through a fifth above each time, and each time we've added 1 more sharp to the key signature, which means that they don't sound massively jarring when you change that key, because if you think about it, up until that point you're using all the same notes, but 1 different. Then when you're in that one, using all the same notes, but 1 different. So it just keeps moving like that, okay? So the progression, and each one is 4 bars, sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And then you go through to the E minor, 3, 4, 1, 2, you know, the whole point is that you can play this any way you want, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, any way you want, but we're going to be learning how to play them in a specific position at the moment. So that's your chord chart: A minor, E minor, B minor, F sharp minor, C sharp minor, G sharp minor, each one for 4 bars. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put that backing track on, and our first task that I want you guys to do is take the shape that we're working with. So it's the E minor shape. That's our shape at the moment. Okay, and I want you to move that up and down the fretboard to find those chords. Okay, so I'm going to do it with you now, and then we'll put it on with the backing track. So this really relies on you knowing the E string all over the neck. Okay, so the A is on the 5th fret. The E is either the open E, which is of course just your open E minor, or, and what we'll do in this instance is we'll come up to the 12th fret and we'll practice playing it up here on the 12th fret, okay? That's the E. Then when you go to the B, that's 7th fret. Okay, and again, however you're playing this chord, doesn't matter, as long as you can locate it. Then the F sharp is the 2nd fret. Then the C sharp is the 9th fret, and the G sharp is the 4th fret. Okay. So again, if you're unsure about any of these positions, they are over on the website and in the workbook if you download the course. So there we have it, guys. There's the shape. So let's get that backing track on and just move these around. So I want you to do this with me, okay? So I'm going to come over to my trusty iPad here and just pop that backing track on. And it's relatively slow. It's about 2 minutes. Well, it's exactly 2 minutes, actually. It starts with a 4-bar click. 1, ready? 1, 2. We're just going to strum the chord. 4. As you can see, I've made it proper groovy. That's bar 2, 3, 4, bar 3, and bar 4. Now we're going to go up to the E minor 12th fret. Nice sounding chord, right? You can play that however you want. The bar's fiddly, so you might just want to do the triad. 3, 4. Of course, you can also do that on the low E string. Now we're doing B minor, 7th fret. Okay. Just big strum. If you want to hit the backbeat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and you just hit that 3. 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, now we're doing F sharp minor, 2nd fret. Make sure you can get to that in time. F sharp. You're going to know this backing track so well by the end of it. And now we're going to go to C sharp. So C sharp is up here, 9th fret. Okay, if you've got a whammy bar like me, you can give it some. Why not? Let's try this. That's just awesome sound. I love this guitar. And then we've got the G sharp on the 4th fret. And you can hear, we are changing keys, but it's not distressing. You know, it doesn't sound mental. It sounds pretty cool, and it's subtle because we're doing it through the circle of fifths. And that will be it, guys. We'll just end on that G sharp to stop, like that, okay? So that's your first task. So if you need to rewind and just do that, then please do. Make sure you can go through that, because everything else will fall apart if you can't easily, and I mean quite easily, find those root notes on the E string and play the chord, okay? Everything else will fall apart if you can't do that. So that's your first task. Now, what we're gonna do before you go to the next lesson is we're now gonna do the same thing, same amount of time, same backing track, but we're gonna try and now play the chord, then the arpeggio, then the pentatonic, and then the full scale, all within that time. So you've got a bit of a move on here. You've got to really go for this, all right? If it's all too fast for you, then don't worry about it. Honestly, it might be something like, oh, you're gonna need a little bit more time just getting that full scale together, you know, off pat, so it's easy peasy. Or, oh, I need a bit more time just getting the root notes clear. Whatever it is for you, take that time to do it. Before you, every unit here you wanna complete as well as you can. You want to be able to do exactly what I'm doing across the backing track, okay? So that's how I recommend going about this. So let's give this a go, okay? So like I said, we start on the A minor, play the chord, play the arpeggio. Doesn't have to be in any timing or rhythm here. Then play the pentatonic. It's just about knowledge, just about getting that knowledge in, and then play the full scale. And try and get all of that in to the time. Let's give it a go. You'll see what I mean as we go through it. So let me just rewind and start again. Rewind. Do these terms exist anymore? I think so. So, 3, 4, arpeggio, pentatonic, and then full scale. I'm running out of time here, so I'm going to have to be quicker next time. E minor, arpeggio. Now the pentatonic. Now the full scale. Okay, now we're going to B minor, arpeggio. Now the pentatonic. So you're really getting through these, right? Now the full scale. Yes, working up a sweat here. F sharp. Now the pentatonic. Now the full scale. And now I'm going to go to the C sharp. And now the pentatonic. And now the full scale. And now finally the G sharp. This is a great workout, guys. Now the pentatonic. Now the full scale. And there we have it. Perfect. So, a couple of things I want to point out there. One is that is quite quick, okay? And as we go through later units where there's not as familiarity, so when it's not that obvious E minor shape and it's not that pentatonic box 1, we'll do a slower version of that track. And actually, if you go over to the website, you can find this track slowed down by 10% speed, by 20% speed, so that you might find that that's just a little bit too much all at once, okay? But it's interesting to see where you are. So if you have to, then go over to the website and actually use that to play along. But we've got our goal set out fundamentally. We know what we need to be able to do. You need to be able to play along to the track, find the chord, find the arpeggio, the pentatonic, and the full scale. Okay guys, so that's it for this lesson. Now if you want to see the next lesson along in the series, then click the big old box that will pop up here. And if you want to start from the beginning of the playlist here on YouTube, click the box here. Also, please do remember to like the video, subscribe to our channel for all of these wonderful courses, as well as leave us a comment. We really do our best to get back to every single question that you guys have about the course. I'll see you next time.